Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, November 1st, which makes it Sunday, January 30th. If you're horrified, you're welcome. That's what we do. Lots going on. Of course, it's November. We're back into Regional Ignite. Regional Ignite starts at 9 o'clock. So we will get all of us out of here just in time because Robert has to do his hair. I have to just find a better looking face. And we're going to meet Susan Kenyon in the room. It is kellerignite.com if you want to register to join us for the link, and you just click and say yes, so that my Google or wherever you want it, and it's going to populate for the entire month, so you can join us all month. I can tell you that our market center on the 19th, and we're teaching again on the 30th, and I do believe Virginia's jumping in somewhere during the month. She said this morning. Also, Krista will be too. So you'll see our market center throughout the month teaching Regional Ignite. And the one thing I thought about that people talk about is the worst thing you can do is presume that you know. So if you really feel uber confident that you could read back to Gary without looking at the paper all of the content of Ignite, then I guess you're good. But if you spent that much time reviewing all the content, you probably haven't been doing the doing. And you're going to hear Robert and Jason and Zoe and I talking about this all the time now for 2022 and moving forward. We need to be the market center of doing. Right. Our job as leaders is to take our strategy and match it with our execution. And that needs to be what we're doing. So again, Jason, as you know, I'll remind everyone, Ignite is for anyone who has done less than 16 transactions in the last 12 months. And there's no judge there. There's no shame in that. Capper status at our market center is 10 deals, right? That's capper status. And said with love, capper status, I mean, once you get there, then you realize like, oh, cool, this is sort of like that line in the roller coaster, Robert, that you're tall enough for the ride. Capper status is what everybody wants to do. That's when you get to 100%. So 10 deals is capper status. 16 deals is a great year. And when you start to get to that 2022, you're starting about 6 figures in your bank after taxes. So it's a phenomenal opportunity. So please lean into that. Ask the brokers at 1 o'clock on Keller TV. And then Robert is going to be on at kwtechtv.com for Open Door Lab Hours at 2. And that's where you jump in with your quick question and get a quick answer, or maybe it's a little bit deeper than that. But we'll ask you to wait patiently in the green room. He has lovely craft services in there. Beautiful sandwiches. Yeah, Westcott and I just swing in for the finger sandwiches. I thought I had a question, but now that I'm full, I'm leaving. Yeah.
There's no brown M&Ms in there. I promise you, no brown M&Ms.
No brown M&Ms.
Yeah. It's was it Aerosmith? Steven Tyler and Aerosmith said he wants only green. Oh, was it Van Halen's only green?
Van Halen, yeah. I mean, I don't know about the only green. I know that it was no brown.
I feel like Steven Tyler is a and you guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, and the only reason I know about this is from radio when we used to do concerts. Green rooms and artists will typically have a rider, and the rider states all the things that they want. Like they will say that they want Fiji water, they don't want dishonest water. Dasani, is it Dasani? Dishonest? I always pronounce it wrong. One of them has one of them has chemicals in it, right? So do you want dishonest water or Dasani water or Fiji water? Do you want your and I believe it's Steven Tyler from Aerosmith said he wanted M&Ms, but he wanted everything pulled out, just green ones. So some lackey at the Boston Garden years ago is sitting in there separating the M&Ms, right?
With their dirty, grubby hands.
God, right? Yeah. It's a challenging concept. Anyway, all that's going on at some point this week, as we talked about last week during the All Partners meeting. You're going to finally see and hear on camera our good friend, Zoe Kirkpatrick. She is now the launch director for the productivity department. So she will be in here with us, sometimes in lieu of us. People are like, please in lieu of Timmy, please in lieu of Timmy. So you never know what you're going to get, but you're going to see some sort of menagerie of faces each morning for the quick start as we keep having our conversations about what our theme is this month, boys. It is a season of thanks and giving. So yeah. we're leaning into, are you getting the coffee for the car behind you in line, which can be very expensive at Starbucks? Do it like Honeydew. It's less expensive there. Are you over tipping your hospitality server? Are you, and I think this is where I'm going to go with this too, and this is going to help us with our referrals as well, boys. Start to call the agents within our ecosystem. There's enough of us at KWCLM that when it comes to thanks and giving and gratitude, I want this month to focus on calling each other. I know in our conversations, a lot of people are just like, God, it's been so busy. I'm so tired. I'm flamed out, all these things. We need to care on each other. Our world is big enough internally that if we care on each other and make sure that we have wind in our sails, then we can take care of the other brokers at other brokerages and have those conversations. Then our loved ones, of course. So I think that's it for now. What's going on, Jason? How are you, buddy?
Yeah, pretty good. Just long weekend of rain and quality phone calls and trick-or-treating.
Yeah, I saw you did post on Facebook that you had the extra large bars. Was that Joyce's?
I shanghaied my sister's.
That was your sister's house. Okay.
Yeah, I was at her house and she was setting up her display of that. Actually, she had syringes filled with Jello shots for the parents, coffee and Baileys for the parents, a few other action items.
Oh man,
this is your brother's wife, not your sister.
No, this is my sister.
Oh,
yeah.
So
yeah. My brother's wife would have catered it. Like my brother's wife, she would have had like some catering company show up. She's crazy.
So this is Zach's house we're talking about.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
Right behind Robert. I thought I would have saw the Vincent family walking around.
No, we were out there partying in the middle of the street with a couple of bonfires going, and we had all the neighborhood. Our tiny little cul-de-sac here. It's finally coming together where everybody's kind of like hanging out with each other. So we all partied last night and just had maybe 10 or 15 rounds of kids. Like not 15 groups or so, but most of it was just drinking in around the fire pit. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What was the cocktail of choice, may we ask?
Most people brought beers. A couple of people brought some bourbon. So.
Oh, all right. Yeah. And if you're wondering, I'm just going to dangle this out there. I mean, for those of you that don't know, I'll let you know that our dear friend Jason Westcott is a big fan of lemonade. Not a huge fan of the cocktails. Jason does not have cocktails. Although Robert, I heard from a little birdie, and I'm on like a vision quest to track this down because apparently it's available in New Hampshire, but where I shop at the plebeian store that I go to, apparently it's not there. So I have to track it down. I have to go hang out with the hoi polloi, Bulldog Gin. If
Bulldog Gin.
If you ever feel like Robert looks thirsty and you want to drop something at the front desk at any of our brick and mortar on campus, Bulldog Gin is what
Bulldog
gets
Gin
there,
is so good. So good. So
Bulldog Gin. I feel like I'm missing out. Yeah, it's a black bottle, just says Bulldog on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to shop at the cool kids shop apparently. Although Robert told me it's exactly where I shop. So.
Well, the thing is, I'll be honest with you. After we spoke, I did go on the website and it wasn't listed. I'm like, what's going on? So, I mean, I got like about 3/4 of a bottle, maybe half a bottle left. So I haven't had to go in a little bit, but I'll have to go check it out to make sure.
I'll look again. It's never a problem for me to stop and peruse. I'll waltz up and down the hallways of liquorworld.com and I'll check again. Something really important to think about now that we're at November 1st and January 30th. We are almost to halftime of Q1 of next year. Like that's where our heads need to be. So if you are, we're 15 days away from halftime of Q1.
Unbelievable.
So, yeah, that's, and I know it tries men's souls and women's souls when I talk about this all the time, but I just want us to be be aware of the fact that is where we stand right now. And I guess I want to challenge you guys. If you did attend our early October business planning, if you did attend Gene Rivers, which was phenomenal, by the way, and still available on KW Connect. And if you plan to attend Ignite this month and then roll right into that first week of December, we're doing our business planning again in December. We're going to do it over 2 days rather than the week of the mornings. And right after that, we're going to do a vision board class as well. At this point during the month of November, it's not a bad time to start to think about what you want your goals to be. This Friday, we're stealing, we're not stealing the name actually, although I'm sure we're going to get yelled at some point. We are doing CGI Fridays. So there is a goal setting tool within Command. Not my favorite. CGI.kw.com is my favorite. So if you go to CGI.kw.com, use your KWU ID, and that's your universal login, that will pull you into that tool. We're going to do that on Friday. So whomever joins us on Friday, I'm going to ask one of you to be brave enough to raise your paw, and we're going to pull you through that conversation. And the beauty of that is it chunks it down ultimately to how many kitchen tables your face needs to get to hit your goals, which is ultimately half of the amount of people you need to help, right? Because if your tool says, oh, hey, in order to make that $100,000, then we need to help 20 families. Gary always cuts the bicycle in half, and he's going to say, well, you need to make sure 10 of your families get to the listing table closed. And that usually solves your problem because as Jason knows, as Robert knows, as we all know, if I help the Lindsays move out of their house in Stratford, very rarely is the family going to move into the woods. Sometimes they might move away and you'll still grab 25% of that referral. But more often than not, they're moving locally for a school system or to be closer to work or whatever the case may be. So one hand washes the others when we pursue those listings. So we'll be doing CGI Fridays probably every other month. Maybe we'll start to figure it out every month here at the Market Center so people can be aware of that. This is a great month to make sure you're getting your goals in alignment because we started on October 1st with those activities were January 1st results. And now we're creeping into halftime of first quarter, which is where did the year go, boys? That's what I'd like to know.
I have no idea.
I joke about this all the time. Like I always joke that we're going to be, next thing you know, it's going to be the not the all partners meeting, the post holiday party, which last year we did digitally, right? I think we pushed it very late to the end of March. Then it's Red Day. And then I joke it's going to be Pi Days in 12 minutes. We're 2 Wednesdays away from Pi Day, 3 Wednesdays away from Pi Day. And then, wrap it up. It's insane. It's insane. Robert, this week with tech, what's we found out some stuff last Thursday from our friends in Texas. Anything that we can tease out that's coming or something that you're going to be covering tomorrow and the next day?
Nothing that I can talk about from the tech stuff because from Texas because they're very, very, very tight-lipped about certain things. So we'll leave them to their thing and let them do those announcements. As far as what we've got coming up this weekend, of course, tomorrow is all about DocuSign at 11 a.m. And just for those of you who have not been following along, this is going to be our fourth. Actually, we're going to be fourth or fifth, I think. It's going to be fifth. Holy cow. We did an introduction to DocuSign. We did all about forms. We did all about envelopes. And then last week we did how to work with PDFs and inside of DocuSign. And this week, what we're going to focus on is how to set up the connection if you haven't set it up yet, and to make sure that when you create rooms in DocuSign, you're actually doing it through command. So we're talking about the proper flow of connecting and working with command and DocuSign together. And I'm going to explain why it's so important to do that. And just as a little teaser hint, it's because it's easier. So that's what we're going to be focusing on for DocuSign. And then I'm looking here, and it looks like for this week in Command 101, it is the brand new month. So we're going to be restarting the Command 101. We restart it every single month. So tomorrow is the Command Overview. If you've never been in it, and don't look at me and say, oh, yeah, I've been in there, because I know a lot of you haven't. And that's okay, especially if you're new. But if you're a veteran and you haven't really been using it, come visit the class tomorrow. Let me show you some things about why I can make your life easier, how I can make your life easier. That's going to be Command 101. And then at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon is going to be, it looks like we're doing email templates tomorrow. So we're going to be working with creating and working with email templates. Hint, it also includes Google Docs.
Oh, okay.
What?
I like that. The one thing they did tease from Tech World that we can say is coming fourth quarter, right, Robert? Didn't they say for sure?
Do you want to say it?
I am, because they told us we can.
So, all right, I didn't say it because how long this has been pushed back.
If you want to write down this fourth quarter date, it's February 5th. Also, December 35th, either way you want to look at it. They have said Q4, yes, Command Mobile will be here. So the replacement, we've been talking about, hey, Kelly, like I joke with Texas all the time when we're on with them. We're fortunate enough to have a national call with them. And we're a big enough market center that they actually listen to what we say. I would argue that most of us that have been using Kelly in some format have been using it ultimately, probably to check our profit share. She's not really much more robust than that, quite
Well,
honestly.
the only thing I find Kelly good for is she does deliver the notifications. So my phone lights up with the notifications of anything that has happened in command. You can't get to anything, but at least the bell lights up on your phone. So that is nice.
The push notification. Yeah, and it just chimed on time. It was like it was staged. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So Command Mobile, which is the replacement for Kelly, is slated for Q4. We shall see.
Yeah, you heard it from Tim.
Yeah.
So, Tim, are you saying that we're going to get Kelly in the York office at the same time? No, he's not saying that.
He's not saying that.
It's just a big pile of rocks. That's all it really is. It's just a big pile of rocks. We're going to remind you too. You probably got a text earlier this morning, and this is available to everybody. But we definitely sent out a text this morning to remind all of our Massachusetts agents that Attorney Jeff Selman, is doing a special contracts class tomorrow for Massachusetts at 9:00. Keller TV. Jason will be there. Alice will be there. Jeff Selman will be there. JV has a national conversation she'll be a part of. She will not be in the room, but you'll be there with Jason and Alice and Attorney Jeff Selman discussing purchase and sale, I believe, Jason, and also deeds for Massachusetts. So just a reminder. And of course, as we discussed at the All Partners meeting, Vermont is now part of the family. And as that starts to grow, be on the lookout. We will start to obviously entertain those conversations as well. So Wednesdays at some point, we might get started at about 5 a.m. just to get all the contract classes in, but we will always get them in. So we appreciate your time. Please join us in a few minutes. We'll be at kellerignite.com, kellerignite.com. We'll get you registered and into the room, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow at 8:30. If you're looking for JV, leave her alone. She's resting. Call Jason, 603-234-2589. You're looking for Robert's face. Don't forget he's got open door lab hours today at 2 at kwtechtv.com. And you can also book time with him, your 30-minute appointment at timewithrobert.com. If you need help with marketing and design, it is timewithbabs.com for Alana Babineau. And if you need me, it is meetwithcoach.com, or questions, comments, concerns, hopes and dreams, or just some help with a script, 603-834-2856. We'll see you around the corner and around the market center. Have a great day. Bye.
See you later.